It's week 4. We are profitable. I won't ruin that yet, but we are slightly profitable this week, which is great. We've got some winners, a break even, and some open trades. So let's get into it. Here we are. Account balance, the magic, the gold dust that is a profitable week of trading, which takes us above our starting balance for the first time since starting this series, which I'm quite happy about, more for the consistency, if nothing else. We've got 3 trades that are closed from last week, and then we've got 3 current open trades, which I'll get into now. But overall, I would say more positive. So last week's USD CHF short trade looked like this. We got our second sell limit. So we got entered into our second sell. This ended up reversing down. I ended up deciding to take profit here for a 1R win and a break even on our first entry, just because I didn't like the fact that there's this kind of support resistance zone here. There's a break and retest potential. It turns out that, again, my intuition, oh, hello, video's frozen there, lovely. It turns out that my intuition is wrong, because this ended up carrying further down into a 2.4R trade. So, oh, I'm back, lovely. 2.4R win, which is what I could have had, which is what I could have won. Week 3, last week's AUD USD long. Now, this one is a absolute stinker, because our entry was spot on, in my opinion. We started going into profit. I then saw that there was a downtrend here and a bit of a resistance. So I was like, you know what? We'll protect our loss here with a £10 take profit. Look at the state of this. I got triggered and stopped out for £10 before it rocketed into 2.5R profit. Why? Now, I don't think I'm someone who needs therapy, but I definitely, obviously, need to learn how to just leave my stop losses alone, because that is disgraceful. And I've absolutely done myself out of a decent profitable trade there. Once again. So, £10 break even. GBP NZD, I can't really say too much about this. I was happy with the entry. I thought if it gets above these points here, there's likely to be a reversal. Little did I know it was going to blast down like that. So this was a 2R win, which I'm happy with. I added 7% to my account, which we will never grumble at. Could have been 14% if I hadn't have set that take profit, but I don't think I regret that, because I just am not in the position where I can be managing my trades all the time. This actually happened through the night as well, I think. So you win some, you lose some. Could have added more profit there. What a trade that could have been. That would have been almost a 4R return if I'd have actually been able to manage it a little bit. The open trades that we're in now for the week, which are, oh, I'm frozen again. Love that from my video. And I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Euro AUD long. So I just thought, because there's 2 support resistance zones quite close here, I think the fact that we've come down to that second one, I think it's quite likely to bounce. I've added a potential entry opportunity for further down around this area, with a total risk so far of about 8%, but that will turn into about an 11% risk if I enter a second trade. We will see how that runs. AUD USD short. What have we got here? So this is an interesting one. This was our £10 masterful stop loss that got triggered, or a take profit, should I say. And then I was like, you know what? It's on quite a decent run now. This is all the profit I could have had. This is what you could have won. But yeah, you can see here, I was like, I reckon there's a chance that once we get to around this marker here, we've got a couple of opportunities where price action could bounce. We got triggered. We've got entered into our first one. Our second entry sits around here. It's not quite been triggered yet, but this is a 2R risk reward. So let's see how this goes into the next week. Final position, AUD CHF short. Now I've mark this in red because my original trade was a losing trade. I got stopped out here, I believe. But I think that actually how I should have managed the trade, given the price action, is this for me is another kind of support resistance zone. So it wouldn't surprise me if price action actually responds off of this area a little bit. So I've re-entered with the same kind of risk, 4.5% total risk on the account if I do lose. So that would be a total of 9% account lost, which would basically negate all of the money that I've won this week. So let's see how that goes. But overall, I would say positive week. I think that the main lessons that I really have to be careful of on review of everything that's happened is respect the trade and the logic of the trade entry. Stop fannying around with it depending on how I am feeling. I'm obviously not very good at managing my own trades, so I probably just shouldn't bother. If I'm going to protect a take profit, it should be at a 0 break even, not a £10 profit, because that's just pointless. So let the trades play out a little bit. Other than that, I don't know. I think I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. If I had multiple weeks like that, I'll be growing my account quite quickly, so I can't really grumble. Yeah, and at the end of the day, trading is just gambling with spreadsheets, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm overall happy with how my gambling week has gone there. So I think that week 5 has potential to again add some more profit, but again, could wipe out all the profit that I've just made. So we will see how that goes. I'm going to do a little monthly recap video at some point this week, where I'll basically just take a bit of a bigger picture view of the first 4 weeks of my trading journey using a live account, some of the lessons I've learned. I'm actually finding this really useful, just talking through stuff and logging it in a bit systematic way. So I hope that somebody out there is kind of finding it useful as well. And if there's any scenarios like this one which resonates with people, let me know your thoughts. Like, are you someone who likes a trailing take profit, or are you someone who just likes to leave your trades alone? Because for me, I'm definitely leaning towards not doing this again, because that was just, again, you can see the rationale for it, but boom. Yeah. Anyway, I will catch you guys next week.